Yo, welcome back everybody. So in today's video I'm gonna be showing you guys the best graphic settings on console. Now I made a video like this for last season, for season 3, but now we're in season 4. They actually adjusted the sun in Verdansk a little bit, so it's not as bright as it used to be. So I don't know if you guys could tell. Yeah, it's still bright. You can obviously tell it's the sun, but it doesn't block your view like it used to last season as much. It kind of helped a little bit, but the only bad thing about Verdansk is that the map still looks like it has that old effect to it, and I don't really like that effect to it, to be honest. Alright, y'all. So, like I said, one bad thing about Verdansk is that it still has that really old effect to it, where ever since when the 1980s or whatever, Verdansk map, it has that old effect to it, and I really don't like it. I personally prefer the other way that Verdansk was. So right now I'm gonna show you guys the settings. Right now I'm in the regular settings that you guys would get if you just boot up the game or whatever, without like changing up your settings or anything like that. So right now when we go to options, since we are on console, I'm on the PlayStation 5, but PS4 and Xbox One, Xbox or whatever, we all have the same settings. Since we are on console, we are very limited to our options here. So like I said, the number one option that I always recommend doing is actually tweaking with your brightness this season, because I found that lowering my brightness by like 1 or 2, it makes the game look a tiny bit more better, just a tiny bit. I don't know if you guys could tell from this to this. I don't know if you guys could tell, but it gets rid of a little bit of grayish to it. And some of you guys might have a very high brightness, which could be like 60. Let's give an example of 60. Do you guys see that? That doesn't look that nice. It doesn't look that good at all. It looks like all like washed out. And you know, I'd even seen some streamers. I went to some streams before, and some people like have like max brightness, and it looks horrible, bro. So make sure you don't have high brightness unless you're tweaking settings with your monitor, and to make the game look better, you have to tweak with the game brightness. I recommend putting it down by 1 or putting it up by 1. You know, what monitor TV you might have. It might have like different color outputs or whatever, but I like to put mine at 49 now. It makes a little bit of difference, nothing major though, but yeah. So the next setting right here is the one I've always talked about, and it's colorblind type. Now the best colorblind type in my opinion is the Deretanopia, and it just makes the game colors a little bit more juicier, a little bit more vibrant than the regular ones. If you go with this one, it makes things more yellowish. If you go with the last one, it makes things more reddish. So this does work with people that are actually colorblind. But for people that just want the game to look better and are not colorblind, I'll recommend Deretanopia, and we're getting Snipe Boys. Now the next thing, we're gonna have to jump down. Now the next thing is actually in the PlayStation 5 settings. Now I'm pretty sure this is only for PlayStation 5. Not sure if it's on Xbox Series X or not. So when you go into the settings, you actually have a little bit of some settings you could change. So you go to the PlayStation, you go to the thing here. Unfortunately, this is not for PS4 users, but it still counts as console. So you want to go to accessibility, and then down to here to display, and then color correction. Many of you guys probably didn't know this, but there is filters in the PlayStation 5 settings. Right now I actually have mine enabled. It's called the same one as the Modern Warfare one, the Deretanopia. If I disable it, you guys can see a little bit of the difference in the colors there, the red and stuff like that. It's just a tiny bit difference. It makes the game look a little bit more better for me. Just a tiny bit. Anything helps, right? So this is the way I use mine. I've been using it ever since I found out about the settings a couple months ago. You also have a bunch of different other settings like grayscale, red and green. This the one I'm using right now, and then blue and yellow. So yeah, boys, you guys can play around with it. Here's the intensity, how much intensity you want with it and stuff like that. I personally like to leave it like at 1/3 right there, around there. That's the way I like to use mines. Now the next thing that I recommend y'all boys doing is in your monitor or TV, tweak with your settings. Now this is the thing that I said about on my last video, the one I made on during season 3. And what I did with my monitor is I have an Asus VG245H. So I have an Asus VG245H gaming monitor, and in my monitor, I have like a little stick in the back where I could adjust like the things. I put my thing to FPS mode, and I want you guys to try to play around with your monitor settings, your TV settings. You have like a remote or something like that. And what I did actually today is I found out that I have my sharpness all the way down, and I recommend you boys putting up your sharpness all the way up, which it actually does help the game a lot, in my opinion. Like the sharpness settings, it makes things more sharper and more detailed. It might be, if it's too sharp, then you know you might want to bring it down, but I put my sharpness all the way up to 100, and on my screen, bro, it looks really nice. Like I can pinpoint things. I can tell if that's somebody now, you know. And also with the, since the rose skin has been nerfed, that's why I said to go with a lower brightness setting, because the rose skin has been nerfed and it's not as like black as it used to be anymore. It's more, it has more of like a purplish tone to it. Let me see if we could win our gooch here, boys. I won our gooch. We back at it. So yeah, the 49 brightness or 51, you know, however, but I recommend going down by 1 or 2. Also the game installs, which I can't show you guys here. The game installs, which for PS4 Pros, PS5, and Xbox Next Gen or whatever, and Xbox One X, you could download these packs. If you have, let's say you have a 4K display, it will make the game run better. And also there's 120 FPS for PlayStation 5 now, which is really dope. If you guys don't know how to enable that, it's pretty easy. It's just hold down here, go into settings. You have to have a 144 Hz monitor though, and then you want to go to I think it's in this sound on display. Where's sound on display? Sound on display is like somewhere on system. No, it's not in system. It's in screen and video. Okay, screen and video. Go down here. Make sure you guys have enable 120 Hz output to automatic. And then and yeah, that should make your game run at 120 FPS. But sadly, since I can't do it because I don't have a 144 Hz monitor, and also since I'm using an Elgato, the Elgato can't go through 144 Hz. It can only do 60 Hz, which does suck, but hey, it is what it is. I gotta deal with it right now. But hey, y'all, my game looks way more better in my opinion than it did yesterday, bro, because I was tweaking with my settings, and that sharpness setting really helped me out. I use 100 brightness on mine, like I said, FPS mode on my monitor. I was gonna do another video with my phone and showing y'all boys, but I feel like it would be like almost the exact same thing as the first one. But like I said, in your monitor, play with your settings or with your controller on your TV, and let me know how the game looks though. So this is the settings that I rock with. You know, boom, the 49 brightness, Deritonopia both, and yeah, that's basically it. Sadly, we are console, we don't have that many options, unfortunately. And then for, like I said, for my PS5 users, we have that one setting in here that we could use, right? So yeah, boys, either way, this is where I'm gonna end the video. Let me know if your guys' game looks better, if you need any sort of help or anything like that. Let me know in the comment section down below. I appreciate y'all boys, man. I love y'all boys. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, y'all, and I'm out, bro. Peace.